What's up, everybody? Noah Kisser back here for my review of the brand new Hallmark Channel film Made for Each Other. This is all about a sculptor named Rachel who uses magic to mold her ideal man into reality, but begins to fall for her human friend named David, and embraces the flaws that make love perfectly imperfect. So she makes this wish, and this sculpture that she was making all of a sudden becomes a human being. And he is the ideal man. He's good looking. He is basically not finding any flaws in her, and she ends up naming him Clay. She needs a date to this wedding, and she's basically using him as the date while falling in love with him. David is in love with her. It's a big love triangle. How is this film overall? It's a mixed bag, actually. It's good, but it's a mixed bag. And I know why a lot of people did not like this film, but I enjoyed this for the weirdness and oddness that it was. However, that is also to its detriment. It's a flaw in this film. Made for Each Other has Clay, who was made from a sculpture and becomes a human being. And all of a sudden, he's a perfect cook. He is a successful model. And I'm going to go into something in just a little bit. But Made for Each Other does have a likable character in David. However, Rachel in here is a very... she's a mixed character because she's in love with Clay. She's also sort of into David because Clay sees nothing wrong with her. And this is a film that does something that is not unusual for Hallmark. We have an unlikable mother. The mother does something in here where Clay and Rachel are getting a little bit closer. They're getting a little bit more serious. And she goes, hey, if you want to make my daughter happy and us happy, I want you to go to law school. I don't want you to go to culinary school to follow your dreams. I want you to go to law school to make me happy and make my daughter happy. And first of all, that's an unlikable character. It's not a likable trait. She's not likable from the very beginning. And she doesn't really do anything towards the tail end of the film to really redeem herself, per se. However, we do have a very likable character in David. He's finding the flaws in her. He's being very honest with her. And overall, I thought that character was very likable. The chemistry in this love triangle is very, very well done. There is chemistry out the wazoo between these three here. However, which one does she have more chemistry with? She actually has more chemistry with Clay at the beginning, but they do a nice job with the script here of twisting that, because she's becoming disinterested because everything is just so perfect. Everything is so perfect to him. He doesn't want to fight with her. He sees nothing wrong with her. He sees everything is just great. And that's not realistic. So when she finds out blah, 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 David sees this. This is what I want. Do I want the perfect man, or do I want a man who can tell me the flaws and actually be honest with me? Made for Each Other does have a nice script. However, it is flawed with a comedy and an unlikable mother, as well as a unrealistic take on what we could get here. Now, Clay is a likable character. He is just over the top and goofy at some points. With this character, yes, you want that. But I thought you could have just toned him down a little bit and not have him be a model and a great cook who wants to go to culinary school and get him accepted into Harvard. That's a bit over the top. It's just a film that is a mixed bag. However, the chemistry and the idea of this film really did work for me. Enough where I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5, which I'm going to give that a very generous B-. Made for Each Other is a fine little film, and I cannot wait to see what we get later this year with different films from Hallmark Channel, because we're getting these different films. We are getting the Made for Each Others. We are getting the Christmas films, like the comedies, and the all-out just different films that we've gotten within the last year and a half. Like the Wedding Veil films. Those are a little bit different. Made for Each Other, decent little film here, but nothing to rush out and see. But I'm going to give it a B-. I will tell you guys next time.